Greetings, demons, and welcome to Collect Corps. Today we're going to be looking at the Hot Wheels RacerVerse, Star Wars, Ahsoka, and Pixar's Mr. Incredible, as well as Mike Wazowski. So let's just get into it and check them out. So, starting off as sensibly as I think we can, seems as Mike is already out of the box. We'll go over Mike. So this was my first pickup from this range. The other two I've only gotten recently. This one I've had for a little while, pretty much since the actual range came out. And yeah, this is a lovely little concept for a Hot Wheels vehicle. So essentially what these all are is, imagine kind of the Mario Kart Hot Wheels that we've been seeing for quite a while. But these ones are all Star Wars properties, not Star Wars properties, they're all Disney properties, my bad. Which includes Star Wars, of course, Pixar, the actual Disney mainline films, and Marvel. I don't have any of the Marvel ones or the standard Disney ones to show off, but we do have two Pixar and the Star Wars ones to show off. And yeah, this one with Mike Wazowski is very clearly based on Mike's new car. This is from a little short that came alongside one of the Pixar movies that came after Monsters, Inc. I'm not actually sure which one it was, but yeah, a lovely little short called Mike's Car. Obviously, a running gag in the first Monsters, Inc. is relating to Mike's new car, and yeah, this is just a great representation of the vehicle from the short. It looks great as it's 6 wheels, which all move wonderfully. In fact, just doing the roll test, definitely a good roll there. These are pretty heavily weighted, they actually feel substantial, fully die-cast as far as I can tell, where it matters at the very least. And yeah, the actual paintwork on these is quite nice. Obviously, we'll get into it with some of the ones that have a bit more colour on them. But yeah, the yellow, obviously being the plastic or the metal, whichever, is very vibrant. All the little designs for the actual vehicle's headlights and grille and stuff are great. And then Mike is really well painted and decaled. It's just a very, very well made little thing, and great for someone like me that is a huge fan of Monsters, Inc. And specifically Mike's new car, the short, is just something that I really do enjoy. And yeah, just a great little representation of that vehicle. I love the, dual spoilers or dual fins on the back, and just in general, just a very nice little vehicle. Definitely goes well with some of the Hot Wheels Mario Kart vehicles, and actually, with these being Hot Wheels, and obviously the Mario Kart tracks existing, all of these are fully compatible with actual Mario Kart racetracks, which is really neat. Obviously, they're available or compatible with all sorts of various racetracks from Hot Wheels. But yeah, it does make me laugh that I can actually legitimately use a character like Mike Wazowski alongside, Mario and, all the other various characters from Mario Kart. But yeah, that is Mike Wazowski. Let's move on. I think we'll do the Star Wars one next. So, from Star Wars, we have Ahsoka, a very often seen nowadays character, originally from the Clone Wars, has obviously appeared in Rebels, the Ahsoka Show, The Mandalorian, and just in general, just a very popular character in the fanbase. And yeah, she is in her Jedi starship, I guess. The Jedi shuttle? The Jedi... It's a starship, right? The... Not the T6, because the T6 is the larger one. It doesn't really matter for context. But yeah, let's get this one open. Sorry to any collectors, I do open all of my Hot Wheels. And something interesting to always note, all of them come with these little, almost like starter positions. They're just little card pieces. They don't have any real detail on them. They do have codes on them, which I don't know what that represents. I don't know if that's going to focus. There we go. But yeah, just a little design of like a racetrack, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, moving on to the actual Ahsoka car, and yeah, very much after the design of a Jedi starship, and it looks excellent, honestly. Very odd design, and this is the case with most of the Star Wars ones, because most vehicles in Star Wars are, spaceships. They look a little bit weird with the wheels. They're not as accurate as some of the other ones, especially the other two we're going to be looking at in this video, or rather, Mike's car and Mr. Incredible's car are both based on actual wheeled vehicles. This one isn't, but I still think this looks excellent. Once again, the paintwork for Ahsoka with all her details is just excellent. She has a bit of an odd look to her. She's definitely, I feel at least, based more on her Clone Wars appearance than, any of the live-action appearances or, more modern takes on the character that we've seen. But yeah, a very nice design, and this is where it comes to what I was saying about the various color designs. The red and white are the base, and then you have the little yellow markings, which really do stand out well. You have all the little decals of the Republic symbol, which is very nice. I do quite like that the wheels are this black and white colour, or grey and white, I suppose. It really does break up the design a little bit when most of the side is red, and just works with the overall look. At the back we have, I guess, boosters or engine, and yeah, something that I will say, and this is the case for all of them, they're very plain on the bottom, and that is kind of the case for Hot Wheels. In fact, getting a different car that we recently looked at, the Ghoulmobile or whatever it is from Monster High, yeah, it is pretty standard basing. But, I don't know, for something like this, I'd almost like there to be some detailing on the bottom for, a little bit more of the spaceship greebling or something like that. But still, the design is great. I could do with a little bit more in terms of paint job, but for things like the side there. But genuinely, this is an excellent little, spaceship car, which is something we don't see too often. Obviously, we see plenty of things like the Star Trek vehicles. We've seen things like the, which one was it? The Sunspeeder, I believe it was, from Star Wars and stuff like that. So there's a lot on offer in general, but yeah, this is a very nice one. Very much reminds me of when we had the various Star Wars cars that looked like characters. They've kind of brought that back with the monster trucks for the Stormtrooper and Darth Vader, but I remember specifically having the R2-D2, C-3PO, and Darth Vader shaped cars, which were just very, very fun. But yeah, in terms of rollability, about as well as Mike rolls. I'll try and get that one a little bit better on camera. There we go. And yeah, in general, just a very nicely designed vehicle. Very cool. I do like the take, essentially, on the original vehicle that they've done. And yeah, just in general, a very nice vehicle for Star Wars. And that leaves us with our final car for this video, the Hot Wheels RacerVerse Mr. Incredible from Pixar. And this is, of course, Mr. Incredible riding in the Incredicar, or the Incredimobile, or whatever they call it in universe. Very much a play on the Batmobile. But yeah, once again, as I say, you get the little cardboard road piece, essentially. I don't really get the purpose of them, but yeah, it is a nice little detail in all the boxes. It is consistent between all the different releases. And yeah, this is a very cutesy version of Mr. Incredible's famous Incredicar or Incredimobile. It looks the part. Once again, the actual design for Mr. Incredible is pretty good, even down to the fact he has a decal for the Incredibles logo. If you can just about make that out, try and get that a little bit better. You can about see on his chest is the actual Incredible symbol, which is really cool to see, like that level of detail on something like this. The mask is real well done. The actual face, I think out of all of these, especially out of these two, I think Mr. Incredible probably has the most screen accurate face, though Mike's is obviously excellent. But yeah, that is just a great design for a little bit of a chibi version of Mr. Incredible. Once again, you got a little bit of colour, you got the red at the back for the booster, and it's weird that this isn't fully in the form of the Incredicar. It kind of is in the Suburban version. There's still some of the elements that are not in the, full superhero vehicle that, are still present. So it's almost like it's mid-transformation. And in fact, I do happen to have what I believe is a Hot Wheels version of the Incredicar. So give me 1 second. So here we have the Jax version of the Incredicar. So this was released alongside a lot of the merchandise for the Incredibles 2. And yeah, just comparing them, this is what I was saying about how there are some slight differences in the design for this one compared to what personally I accept as being the correct design for the Incredicar. But yeah, the overall idea is very much there. The shaping is very, very similar. If, this one is a bit cartoony, this one is, more realistic, quote unquote. But yeah, in terms of the overall design, they are very comparable, and the fact you actually get Mr. Incredible with the Hot Wheel is definitely a worthwhile addition there. In general, just some very nice cars. And in terms of, the actual RacerVerse rollability, yeah, about as good as all the others. So really, that is everything I need to go over with Mr. Incredible, and in general, these have all been pretty excellent overall. But with all that being said, that is going to be it for this video on the Hot Wheels RacerVerse Mr. Incredible, Mike Wazowski, and Ahsoka Tano. These are some excellent alternate style of Hot Wheels for your collection, and as I say, as someone who is a huge fan of the Mario Kart range, these are really cool to me. I love being able to add more of some of my favourite characters to what is otherwise a very Nintendo-centric display, and in general, I just think these are a really cool concept. There are a lot of different characters, as I say. I haven't even touched the Marvel characters that are available. I know there's Black Panther, I think Spider-Man, and Iron Man, and I'm sure there's plenty of others I've just not seen or not come across. But yeah, in terms of future wants and wishes, I'm definitely hoping that they do a Venom at some point. He's one of my favourite characters in all of fiction, definitely a character I'd love to see on here. And then otherwise, I feel like some interesting ones that we could see, you know, from Star Wars, it would be a character like General Grievous. I think that would be pretty neat. In terms of, you know, Disney characters, Stitch is an obvious one. I do believe there is a Stitch one available. I have yet to actually see it in stores, and I only really picked them up, you know, physically. I don't really pick them up online. But yeah, otherwise that is everything for this video. So let me know in the comments below what you think of these, you know, types of Hot Wheels. I think they're really cool, as I say. And, you know, the more variety we have, the more things we have on shelf from Hot Wheels, I think the better. You know, they really are mixing things up with all these different designs, all these different collaborations, and I think it's nothing but good. But otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it, subscribe if you're new and ring the bell so you never miss upload. Otherwise, it's going to be it from me, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!